Hey, I'm here to talk about the Naples real estate market, what's happened the last week or two, and what's in store for us going forward. Please stay tuned to this video for more information about the Naples real estate market. Hi, my name is Laurie Rose, and I'm a local realtor with John R. Wood Properties in downtown Naples, Florida. So today is May 1st, and I am sharing my screen with you today, and this is my MLS hot sheet. I look at this every single day, and if you've seen my previous videos, you'll have seen this screen before. So I'm going to start with our median sales price. If you were with me a week or two ago when I did my last video, we had our March stats in. We did not have our April stats, and I predicted that we would see this graph go down, and we certainly did. But we aren't, it's not a huge drop when you look at the fact that we're at the same number at median sales price that we were in December of 19. So, and we were flat going into February. We did have a big spike in March before COVID-19 hit, and then we're right back down to where we started. This isn't unexpected, and I believe that what we're going to see is we're going to see this number stay steady, or we may even see it rise in the next couple of months. It's hard to tell. We're going into our off season, so things typically slow down. Days on the market. We knew this was going to happen. We had our days on the market at 64. They went down to 63, which is shockingly is in April. Our overall days on the market was 54 compared to the month before, which is 63. It's an incredible down turn because with COVID-19, all expectations were this number was going to go higher because people weren't looking at houses, they weren't doing open houses. But the virtual house tour market has really taken off in this area and all over the country. And this is why we're seeing this number so low, is people are actually shopping online more. Our sales, not surprising, they were up in March and they were, of course, down in April. And this is because in the beginning of March and beginning of April, we had that total shutdown and people were really nervous about what was going on. Then mid-month, we started up with our virtual tours, which really helped the market spur a little bit of activity. Again, no surprise here. Our market, we have a 6-month supply of homes on the market currently. We had a high of last year in February of 10 months on the market. It was steadily going down. We were peaking a little bit coming up and it's back down again. And that, again, is due to people's concerns about COVID-19. With a lower supply, it will also push the pricing up. I don't think you're going to see that many homes reducing in price. So now we're going on to our market watch. This is for a 24-hour period. We had 62 new listings come to the market. We had 74 sold. So that just shows you that our market is still strong. Even with COVID-19, people are still buying and listing homes and selling homes. Terminated is a small amount. Our expired is high, but that is due mainly towards how we write our contracts, our listing contracts in Naples. A lot of people want their house on the market for season only, and our season technically has ended for the most part. Most people come here for January, February, March, and they go back home in April. So back on the market is 13, which is great. Extended is at 60, which is great, which means people have they did expire, but they continued on in the market. There's 31 pending for the 24 hours, which means people are buying houses, whether they can see them or not. Most people are using the virtual tours now to get a great feel for their home. They may be putting in an offer dependent on actually physically seeing the house, but they've seen something they like, and they want that home, especially since there are so few homes on the market right now. Price increases, price decreases, and some withdrawals. So this is what's going on in our 24-hour market. And if you were with me last week when I was talking about the market watch, these numbers are pretty on par with what we saw last week, except for the expires, which are much higher than we saw last week. So here's our closed sales for the week. This is 2020 versus 2019. This is up until last week, so it's pretty fresh information. And if you were with me last week, you would have seen this graph as well as the ones coming up. So our closed sales have gone down a little bit, but they are still on par with what is going on with COVID-19. But it's not a dramatic drop like we did see the week of the 12th versus the week of the 19th. So that is a good indication that our sales are still going. They are a little bit slower than they normally would be this time of year, but they are not dropping off the cliff, as we should say. So this is a good indication that we're still on par for having a good season coming up. So here are our pending sales week by week. This is 2020 versus 2019. And again, we saw the same graph last week where we saw the curve coming back up again. And sure enough, it's going to continue. It's continuing to come up. And my prediction is that it's going to be coming back all the way up. We're hoping that these two lines will intersect again. Okay, so here are our showings by the week, and we have a nice curve coming right back up, which again, if you were with me last week, we talked about the reason why these numbers dipped so low, and that was because our local MLS stopped following the data for open houses. They actually stopped allowing us to offer open houses, so that number dipped way down because they didn't have a way to follow those numbers. They then opened it up to allow us to do open houses virtually, and they started following those numbers, and so these numbers are coming up. And the reason these numbers are coming up is because of the virtual tours. I believe you're going to see again this number come up and maybe intersect with that blue line from last year as the COVID-19 restrictions start easing, as people feel a little bit more comfortable going out, and more people are doing the virtual open houses. So that's what's going on in the Naples real estate market in Naples, Florida for the first week in May. I do believe it's going to be a strong spring for us. I believe that the prices of the homes are going to stay steady since we do have a limited amount of inventory right now. So it's going to be maybe a little bit of a seller's market, if not just a balanced market between buyers and sellers. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this video, and make sure you hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget, you can subscribe to my channel to get weekly updates. Also, you can leave a comment about this video or the Naples real estate market, and I will be happy to answer any of your questions. You can find my contact information below as well. Again, my name is Laurie Rose. I'm a local realtor with John R. Wood Properties in downtown Naples, Florida, and I look forward to reading your comments.